Hi, this is Tony. Welcome back to my video. I have been missing from the YouTube for a couple months. That is because of the censorship. And during that period, I spent a lot of time on Twitter and the Telegram, and I still found a lot of misinformation. So as a truth teller, I have a responsibility to debunk this information and share the truth with each of you. So that is why today I am back to the YouTube and Odyssey and Rumble, and hopefully video, because video is still a very powerful way to tell the truth. So today in this video, I'm going to share some of the most common misinformation I saw on the Twitter, and a lot of people believe that is truth. So here is the data from the Our World in Data, and this data is regarding to the United States COVID-19 weekly death rate by vaccination status for all ages. And the source of this information is from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and Vaccine Breakthrough and Surveillance and Analytic team. So the data is from the October 9th, 2021 to April 1st, 2023. So a lot of people I saw on the Twitter, they shared this information from the CDC saying that, hey, look at this data. You can clearly see that the unvaccinated, their COVID death rate is much higher than the vaccinated. You can see the red line represented is unvaccinated people, and the green line represented the vaccinated with bivalent booster, and the blue line represented the vaccinated without bivalent booster. So clearly, if you look at the y-axis, the number is higher, represented more COVID death rate. So clearly, the red line is above the blue line and the green line, which means the unvaccinated, their death rate is way much higher than the vaccinated or vaccinated with the bivalent booster. If you just look at this graph and you trust the CDC 100%, you will probably believe that COVID-19 vaccine is very safe and effective in preventing death. However, in order to see the fact, we need more data. And the next part, I'm going to show you what is the important data which is missing in this graph. So here is the missing data. I'm showing you that this data is also from the CDC, although it says that the source from the openvaers.com, but openvaers.com use the CDC's VAERS data. So here is what they found from the 35,000 COVID vaccine death report. So here you can see on the left hand side is a report of death, and the right hand side is the death of onset, which means when did the patient died after the vaccination. So as you can see, the 0 days, which means within 24 hours of the vaccination, you can see is the most. It's over 4,000, and the 1 day after 1 day is 3,000, and after 2 days is 1,500, etc., etc., and getting lower. So what strikes me is if you look at the first 14 days after vaccination, if you look at this part, you will see it represents over 90% of the deaths in this graph. You can see almost over majority, I would say at least over 80%. So why do I choose 14 days? Let me remind you, according to the CDC's definition, before 14 days after your vaccination status is counted as unvaxxed. So now, if you look back to this graph I showed you earlier, you can see the red line represented a lot of unvaccinated deaths. Maybe a lot of these deaths happened within 14 days after that vaccination, but CDC consider this group of people as unvaccinated. If VAERS data is reliable, and you could see a lot of people, they died within 14 days after vaccination, and their vaccination status according to the CDC is unvaxxed. And here I'm going to present you another piece of evidence. That is the evidence CDC overcounted COVID deaths. This is, I didn't make this up. According to the New York Times article, this published on July 17, 2023, the article titled A Positive COVID Milestone. As usual, I'll include the link for you so you can look up this article. And according to this article, if you scroll down, here it says the official number is probably an exaggeration because it includes some people who had virus when they died, even though it was not the underlying cause of the death. Other CDC data suggests that almost 1/3 of official recent COVID deaths have fallen into this category. So during the pandemic, CDC overcounted COVID deaths by including the suicide and the car accident deaths. As long as these people, they tested positive, CDC will include these people as COVID deaths. If you look back to this graph, imagine if CDC, their VAERS data is reliable and correct, and a lot of people, a lot of vaccination deaths happen on the their so-called unvaccinated people. And the CDC also overcounted COVID deaths by including people they died within 14 days after vaccination. Their vaccination status is unvaxxed. But as long as these people, they are tested positive, then we would see this red line here. That is why I think this graph is misrepresented. So there you go. When next time you see this misinformation posted on the social media, you can help to reduce the misinformation by pointing out this data is actually flawed. So yeah, hopefully by sharing this video, we can also reduce the misinformation. Thank you for watching today's video. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon, hopefully on the YouTube again.